Have you ever spoken in the heat of anger, only to later wish you'd held your tongue? Maybe you've tried to prove a point in the middle of a conflict only to realize that your words, rather than healing the situation, made it worse. This is something we've all experienced at some point in life. And yet the wisdom of the Buddha reminds us of a deeper truth. He once said, "Silence is an empty space. Space is the home of the awakened mind." These simple yet profound words carry a lesson that often escapes us in the noise of everyday life. In our fast-paced world, we often assume that speaking up is a sign of strength, intelligence, or confidence. We're taught that having the last word means we've won. But sometimes, just sometimes, the most courageous and transformative thing we can do is say nothing at all. In today's video, we're going to explore 5 deeply powerful life situations where silence isn't just wise, it becomes a form of self-mastery, healing, and inner liberation. And before we begin, if you're someone who loves diving into life wisdom, spiritual teachings, energy insights, and Buddhist philosophy, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You'll be joining a growing community committed to awakening the mind and nurturing the soul. 1. When words have the power to harm, words are not just sounds. They are vibrations that can either soothe or destroy. They can mend a wounded heart or tear it open wider. When spoken with anger, words often become weapons. Once said, they cannot be taken back. They echo in the hearts of others, sometimes for years. The Buddha wisely said, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." And that is precisely where the power of silence enters. When someone offends or insults you, your natural instinct might be to fire back, to defend your dignity, to retaliate. But reacting in anger often magnifies the damage. Instead, choosing silence at that moment can act as a shield, a mirror that reflects the other person's energy without absorbing it. Imagine someone is deliberately trying to provoke you. You stay composed. You offer no reaction, only a calm, dignified silence. Your stillness unsettles them. They expected flames, but you gave them a river. Their aggression begins to dissolve, and in its place, peace begins to settle. 1. Emotions obscure clarity. We've all been there. So overwhelmed by emotion that our words come out like arrows. Anger, jealousy, frustration. They rush in like a storm, clouding our vision and poisoning our speech. In these heightened emotional states, what we say is often impulsive, not intentional. The damage, however, can last far longer than the emotion itself. In Buddhist practice, we're reminded not to become slaves to our emotions, but to observe them like passing clouds in the sky. When anger or sadness begins to rise, choosing silence gives us a sacred space to breathe, to pause, and let the wave pass without causing destruction in its wake. Secondly, pausing and breathing in these moments gives us a sacred space to breathe, to pause, and let the wave pass without causing destruction in its wake. Silence becomes a form of wisdom in moments like these. You sit with your feelings, let them speak to you internally, and only after they've softened do you speak, if speaking is still needed at all. In that pause, you gain control, and your words, when they do come from clarity, not chaos. 3. When you don't yet see the full picture, how many times have we jumped to conclusions, spoken too soon, or made assumptions without knowing the whole truth? It's human to interpret silence or behavior through our own emotional filters, but often what we think we know is only a fragment of the full story. The Buddha taught that wisdom is born from deep listening, not quick assumptions. Picture this: a close friend begins acting distant. You instantly feel hurt, believing they're upset with you. Without clarifying, you confront them defensively. Later, you find out they were dealing with a private grief they didn't feel ready to share. Had you chosen to stay silent and listen with an open heart, you might have spared both of you from unnecessary pain. Silence in these moments isn't avoidance, it's attentiveness. It gives space for understanding to rise, for compassion to unfold, and for the truth to reveal itself. 4. When someone is hurting and needs presence, not words. When someone is grieving, overwhelmed, or emotionally broken, Our instinct is often to fix things. We want to say the right words, give advice, offer solutions, but sometimes what a hurting soul truly needs isn't language, it's presence. In Buddhist wisdom, compassion isn't always expressed in what we say, it's revealed in how we show up. A silent presence, a calm and steady energy, often says, "You are not alone," louder than any spoken sentence. Imagine someone you love pouring out their pain through tears, through frustration, through silence of their own. Instead of interrupting with advice or trying to steer the conversation toward comfort, you simply stay with them, you listen, you breathe with them, you allow them to be. In such moments, your silence becomes sacred. It says, "I see you, I am with you. You don't have to carry this alone." And that sometimes is all a person needs to begin healing. 5. When words will change nothing. There are moments in life when explaining, defending, or trying to reason becomes futile. Some people are locked in their beliefs. Some arguments lead only to more division. In such times, silence becomes a form of wisdom, an acknowledgement that peace is more valuable than proving a point. The Buddha reminds us, do not waste words on those who do not listen. That's not arrogance, it's discernment. It's knowing when your words will fall on deaf ears and choosing to conserve your energy. Walking away in silence doesn't mean surrender, it means strength. It's the quiet power of saying, "I value my peace more than this conflict." Some people may never understand your silence, but you will feel the freedom it gives. In that stillness, you are no longer trying to be right, you are simply choosing to be well. Closing thoughts. The true power of silence. We live in a world that often equates silence with weakness. We're taught that to be heard, we must always speak. But true strength lies in knowing when silence is the most meaningful choice. Silence is not emptiness, it is awareness. It is mindfulness. It is patience dressed in stillness. As the Buddha teaches, it is through silence that we deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It is in silence that we find the space to respond, not react. And it is in silence that we often uncover the most profound truths. So, the next time you find yourself in the middle of conflict, uncertainty, or emotional intensity, pause, breathe, ask yourself, is speaking the answer, or is silence the path to peace? Remember, silence isn't just about saying nothing. It's about saying everything that truly matters, without uttering a word. If this message touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Join us on this journey of inner peace, life wisdom, and spiritual growth. Like this video and let us know in the comments, when was the last time silence became your greatest strength? Let's continue to grow together. See you in the next video.